let us see if we are live. What is going on? Hop on the chat. Let me know how you guys are doing. For those of you who are seeing this, I'm going to let the YouTube algorithm do its thing. I want to be talking about, let me mute that out. YouTube algorithm. All right. So I want to show you guys something. I'm going to pull something up and I want to show you guys how we're doing this. So I'm going to share my screen real quick. And while we let the YouTube algorithm do its thing, you guys can see this right here. Check this out. So this is a trading account. All right. For those of you who have ever been into trading or crypto trading, I'm going to be talking about this. So I've had a lot of questions. I did a post a couple days ago about a platform that I built over the last 8 months. And I've been getting a ton of questions in my inbox. And I kind of didn't have time to respond to every single one of them. So if I missed you, I apologize. But this is what I want to talk about. I want to walk you guys through this and give you guys, a 10,000 foot view of what I've built with a platform called Karbon over the last 8 months. So if I've been MIA, if I haven't been responding to you, if I've been missing in action, this is what I've been doing. This is where I've been. Okay. I've been building this out. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about this. So once you guys can see this, if you guys can do me a favor, hop in the chat. Let me know if you guys can hear me, if I'm coming through loud and clear. I know there's about a 15-second delay on these lives, but we'll go ahead and crush this out. What's up? What's up, Crypto Ricky? What's up, Gregory? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, good to see you guys. Good to see you. What is happening? What's up, Mark Conway? I haven't seen you in forever, dude. You pop up once in a while. What's up, Troy? Good to see you, my brother. Good to see you, man. So yeah. So let's talk about this, right? I'm going to go through a couple things. One, I'm going to go through not just this and what you're seeing, but in the next maybe 20 minutes, I'm going to show you a trading strategy that I use, kind of A to Z, right? How I go ahead and make trades, and an algorithm that we design that's stupid simple that anyone can use to go ahead and start getting these kinds of things for yourself, doing this on your own accounts. And then towards the end, I'll show you how I took these strategies that are responsible for what you're seeing right here, and put it on autopilot, right? So just so you know what you are seeing right here, these are different trades that are opened up on a trading account of mine. Okay. This is $1,000, 187% ROI, right? P&L. So this is $523 in, $980 out. Right now, I could close this out and take profits on it. This one, this is an AVAX trade, another different currency pair. This is $1,000 in, $1,000 in, $1,000 out. So if I close this right now, I've literally doubled the amount of money in here. And this one right here, this has $972 in here. This is 34%, guys. This can be, for those of you who watch this, some life-changing experience for you if you just follow what I'm about to show you, and then you get to see how I automate all this stuff, right? Because I get a lot of questions on this. Hey, how are you trading? What are you doing? And most people in this situation that are doing these kinds of trades, they don't even talk about it, right? They never even hear from them. But I figured I'd hop out here, show you guys, and show you how we automate this stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop into it. So that sounds cool. I know there's a delay here. Let me know in the chat, and we shall get this underway. So when it comes to trading, okay, there are some very simple algorithms that you can use. And when I say algorithms, don't get afraid of that, right? An algorithm is nothing more than a trading strategy that we use to go ahead and trade. And a little prerequisite of this, you'll need a couple things, right? You'll need a charting software. You'll want to have that. And you'll want to have a trading strategy that you can use. Now, I particularly like to trade mostly in the cryptocurrency space because I can get those kinds of results, number one. But number two, the markets are always open. It's 24/7. Okay, it's a 24/7 game. It's not like the stock markets where they're closed, where you have down days and they open back up and they go to some crazy price. And it's not like that. It's 100% always open, and it's the future, right? Trading a cryptocurrency and using leveraged accounts, in my opinion, is the future of trading. A lot of these traditional people will be moving on over to this as time goes by. And right now we are at a ground floor where you have an opportunity to crush it if you know a little bit what you're doing. So let's let's go through what that is. And I'll show you one more thing before we kick this off, just so you guys can see what I mean. This is a software that I designed that allows me to get into these trades and open and execute them on autopilot on my trading accounts. You can see over here, this account has 121 trades and they've all won, and they're all around the 10% mark. It's nuts, right? So they've all won. I got one that's going negative right now while it's waiting to go ahead and win. And we use advanced money management on this stuff, right? So you're going to see that too. Okay. So this is kind of what we're talking about. We're talking about being able to do this kind of stuff right here. And we're talking about putting it on autopilot so it does this for me. Okay. That's what we got. So let's kick this off. And I'm going to pull up a slide and we're going to set the ground rules for our conversation and what we're going to be talking about. Let me boom, put that on full screen. And here you go. So what I do is I have a baseline strategy that I use when it comes to trading, and anyone can implement this. And in fact, in this webinar or in this live stream real quick, I'm going to show you guys how you can implement this. And here is that strategy, right? We use a strategy, a 1-2-3 strategy that we have employed in here. And it's got these 3 different criterias. 1, and keep these in the back of your mind as we go through this. 1, it's bouncing off a band, right? Think of a rubber band and bouncing off of a rubber band. This is what we do when we are trading with this strategy. Number 2, we do something called following the money, okay? We look for opportunities when money is coming in and when money is coming out of a particular cryptocurrency to go ahead and decide when we're going to get into a trade, because we want to watch when that money is flowing in, letting us know that the price has changed, or when it's flowing out, letting us know that the price has changed. Number 3, time is on your side. A lot of times when we're trading, we want to go to higher time frames, higher chart time frames. We don't want to trade on the 1-minute chart. There are some successful people that do this. However, for the most part, if you want to have longevity in this, you want to be trading on higher time frames. I'll explain what that means. Just keep these in the back of your head as we're going through this, and I'm going to be walking you through exactly what this stuff means. Okay. Now, we also want to employ a loss mitigation strategy. And here's what my loss mitigation strategy starts out as. Okay. It's a 3-step exit strat. It's designed to prevent losses in trades. I don't like taking a loss in a trade. I know most people say it's inevitable. It's going to happen. And there are times when it can happen. However, for me, I want to make sure that I'm winning all my trades. And there's a real simple way to do this. And I use a 3-step strategy to do it. Okay. Step 1 is I reduce leverage. Step 2 is I repurchase into a position. And step 3, I reduce leverage yet again. So this is what I do on the first 3 steps to reduce leverage. I have a lot more that I do, a lot of more steps that I take and actions that I take. However, these are the groundwork. This is the framework. This is what I start out as. And then I expand upon that. And again, for me, for the software that I've built, if you guys were, those of you who have been messaging me about this, it puts this stuff on autopilot for me. Okay. It does everything. It finds the trades, right? It gets into the actual trade itself. It gets out of the trade. And then it manages the leverage for me. Okay. All on my broker accounts, on my accounts. So pretty nutty. So let's take a look at this and let's go through how you guys can do it. And if this sounds cool, what I want you to do, all right, if it sounds cool going through this stuff, what I want you to do is, if you are in Karbon, if you're in this platform, as we're going through this, just go ahead and toss me your results in here, write a comment, put in your results as we're going through this. If you've seen this platform, if you've been a part of what we're doing here, toss it on in there so that people can see it, number 1. And number 2, share it on your wall, right? Because Karbon you can join Karbon if you're watching this. You will be able to join this stuff. And if somebody shares it, get back with them about it. They'll be able to give you some more info. They'll be able to help you out. Okay. So if that sounds cool, let's go ahead and hop into this. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again. And I will show you guys a strategy that we use to find and get into trades. So whenever you're trading, you're going to want to use, let me go move this on over here. You guys should be able to see this. This is a software that I use, and everyone uses this if you're trading pretty much in any space. It is called Trading View, and really it's just a charting software. It shows you these charts. But the problem with charts is, as soon as I showed you this, as soon as I shared my screen to show you this, you probably got like a visceral reaction. You probably thought to yourself, oh boy, I don't like this at all, right? It looks weird to me. There's things going up, there's things going down, there's things going all around. What is happening here? How can you possibly look at this, make sense of it, and decide when to get into a trade? How can you do that? How is that even humanly possible, right? And so even seasoned traders have a crappy win rate because this is what you're faced with. So in order to simplify this and put some rules behind it, we have to go back to our initial rules, right? And how we get into trades. We have to go back to these trading rules right here, which is bounce off the band, okay? Follow the money, and time is on your side. We're going to use these different key ideas to give us a simple way to tell us when to get into trades and when to get out of trades, okay? So let's do that. Let's go ahead and do that. So bounce off the band. What do I mean by that? Well, there's a simple indicator that if you have a TradingView account, you can go sign up, you can go to tradingview.com and sign up for free, that you can apply to this chart that will show you the different bands. And these bands are called Bollinger Bands. They are like the third grade. If you were to, the first day you ever get into trading, you will see, they will say, oh, Bollinger Bands are good because you bounce off these bands and it stays within these ranges, okay? So we're gonna add those bands into the chart. So I'm gonna go click on this F and X right here, all right, on my chart. So if you ever have this, okay, if you ever go to tradingview.com, you can get this. Go up to this F right here, indicators and strategies, and just type in Bollinger Bands, okay? You're looking for this right here, Bollinger Bands, and then click on it. And when you do, you'll see in the background that it added in some bands for you to go ahead and see on your chart. Like it just added these, right? Added them to my chart. So now I've got these Bollinger Bands sitting on my chart, okay? So this gives me a good idea. This is the first indicator that we want to look at on when to get into trades. And you'll see as I go through this, like, look at this. You know, a currency pair usually comes down and it bounces off a band, it comes up, it bounces off here, and it stays within it. Then you have times where we have like this massive crash where it just punches straight through it, right? So this is very, very telling on what we're looking for, okay? This is part one. I'm going to tell you how to use these here in a minute, but this is very telling on what we're actually looking for to get into a trade. Okay, and again, I automate this stuff. So we want to look at these bands. We want to see that it bounces up in between these bands and typically will stay within these bands. They will expand and they will contract based on what's happening in the market. Now, that's part one, right? We want to bounce off the bands. What else do we want to do? We want to follow the money, right? We want to follow the money in a particular currency pair and when it's getting in and when it's getting out. So let's follow that money. How do we do that? Well, what we do is we go up and we add another indicator on here, okay? And we're going to go click on this F and X here, and we're going to type in money, okay? And what we're looking for is this money flow index. You see this right here? We want to use this and we want to add this. So now we have two indicators sitting on our chart. So I'm going to click on money flow index. Bam, toss that on there, okay? Then I'm going to close this down so we can see it. So with the money flow index, you see this squiggly line bumping up and all around, right? But what this represents is this represents money coming in and out of a particular cryptocurrency pair, right? It's just money flowing in and money flowing out. When we get to these tops and you see it protruding up above the top here, well, that is a good indication that the price of the currency pair is going to come down. Money is going to leave the particular pair, which will drive the price down. If we see the band pop below this line, it's a good indicator that money is going to come in to the market and the price should start going up. So this is what I mean by follow the money. I'll give you a really good example of this, okay? In this bands, whenever we hit the top of these bands, we typically bounce down, okay? Let me draw this. Boom. We hit the top of a bands and we typically will come on down, right? We're making our way down. So this might be a good trade to get into. But also, whenever we have the same thing happening on our money indicator, okay, it's a good time for us to take a trade going down as well. So this is saying, hey, take a trade going down. Money is about to move out of this. And up here is saying, hey, we've hit the top of these Bollinger Bands. It might come down. If I see these two things happening at the same time, it's probably a good indication to get into a trade. It's smashing on the top of the band. It's going to pop down. Money flow indicator is high, meaning money is about to leave. Boom, we get in a trade going down. And the same for trades going up, right? If we come on down and we find where money is, going to be coming into the market, here's a good example right here. You'll learn how to spot these, pretty simple. But we're hitting the Bollinger Band here. And oh, by the way, our money flow indicator is in a position where it looks like money's going to come back in. So this is the kinds of setups that we're looking for, okay? So what I did was I took these concepts, okay? I took these key concepts on the money moving in and out of a market and also hitting bands on the way up and hitting bands on the way down and how we bounce off of them. And I built out what's called an indicator, okay? To go ahead and look for these, to go ahead and find these. And in doing so, okay, I started doing this. Let me go hide this and turn this on. Boom. All right. I just turned on an indicator that will show me when that's happening. Okay. And you can see that this indicator is looking for these. Check this out. Let me scroll down here. Okay. This indicator is looking for examples of when we punched outside of the band. Okay. Like we just smashed through it. And where the money looks like it's going to flow back in. And when I did that, I started playing around with settings and running tests, right? To see, hey, how often does this do this? And how often does it win? And lo and behold, I was able to configure different currency pairs. Like this is a perfect example, right? We smashed through the Bollinger Band. We're opening and closing outside of the Bollinger Band, which is really a good key indicator that it's going to go up now. The money flow indicator is over in this overbought territory, right? Or oversold territory, which means money is going to come back in and we get into a trade. And so in building out this algorithm, what we were able to do was you'll see on this particular currency pair on this particular time frame, we would have had 46 trades we would have entered into this year with a 100% win rate. We have taken profit on all these. So this is the strategy I'm employing. If you want to do this by yourself, this is what you're looking for. You're looking for a Bollinger Band, that first band. You're looking for a currency pair to open and close outside of that on the low end. And you're looking for a money flow to be in this oversold territory, okay? Where money looks like it's going to come back in. Then you take a trade going up. Vice versa, okay? If you want to take a trade going down, you look for the exact same thing over here, okay? You're looking for the, let's go find a short. Here we go. Here's some shorts right here. Boom. You're looking for the exact same thing. You're looking to be outside of this Bollinger Band. So we didn't just bounce off of it. We punched right through it. And you're looking for the money indicator to be in the oversold territory, which means money is going to be, or the overbought territory, which means it's going to sell off and it can come down. And you see there's two wins right here. Open up a trade, close a trade, open up a trade, close a trade. Okay. So there's the overarching strategy that we ended up implementing. Now, here's the thing. A couple questions are probably popping into your mind, right? Like, okay, cool. You got a strategy. You're back testing it. You're testing this out. You're seeing these 100% win rates. Oh, that's nice and fine and dandy, Kevin. But how do I know when to get out? How do I know how much money to take? And how do I know when to cut my losses if it's going against me? And this is the crazy part. This is where we get into the loss mitigation and actually taking profits. So here's what we do. We go ahead and we hop into a trade at what's called, we use leverage. And we get into it at 10x leverage, okay? Simple. So we're using 10%, we're using 10x leverage, meaning For every dollar I put into a trade, I'm borrowing 9 in real time. This is what you're seeing right here. Let me share my screen again. This is what you're seeing right here. When you see 183% win rates, I'm using 10x leverage to do that. I'm in real time using platform money, borrowing it and getting into these trades. So I typically, when I'm auto trading, when I'm trading, and what I recommend you do, even if you're not auto trading, is I recommend that once you hit 10% of that trade size, you punch out, you get out. So I get in, I get 10% on my money, I get out. So this is what I'm showing you on this account. And this is a live account. This isn't some demo account. Check it out. There's 37K in here. I don't like to show numbers like this, but you know, why not? Put that back. So this account right here, normally when this hits 10%, I bounce out, I get out, unless I have it on good authority that's going to go farther. Okay. So what I recommend you do is when you hit 10% profit on a trade, you punch out of it, you take your profits off the table, you walk away, and you just be happy you just made some nice money, right? And then you just do it again and again and again and again and let that compounding effect hit. Okay. So that's what we do. But where do you know how to get out? How do you know how to get out, right? What do you do there? What if it starts going against me? Well, this is where people get destroyed, okay? Is they're not executing this loss mitigation strategies, okay? They're not executing these. They don't even know that they can do these things. So when you're trading, what we want to do is we want to do some loss mitigation. So I'm going to give you guys an example, okay? We're going to open up a trade right now, okay? And I'm going to, hopefully it goes against me because that's what I want to see. I want to see it negative. I don't want to see positive, okay? So I'm going to open up a trade, and we're going to open one up on, let's say, sand, because this is a fast mover, okay? We're going to go and take a trade going up on it because it looks like it might come down a little bit, okay? So I'm going to try to intentionally lose this trade, and I hope I lose it, okay? And I'm going to open it up at 10x leverage, okay? Now, keep in mind, the bot that I created does this 100% for me. I don't open these trades. I use my own trading view account that sends my own signals over to the platform, okay? And it takes these trades for me, okay? So let's take a look at what this does. So I'm going to open up a trade going long on this, and hopefully it'll start losing. Maybe we'll open up 2 of them while we're at it. So I'm going to open up a long, confirm it, all right? So now we'll watch this, and hopefully it'll go against us. We'll watch that for a second. While we're letting this play out, I'm going to hop into the Facebooks and see what is happening. What is happening here? So let's let this go. I'm going to pop on Facebook and see who we got here. What is up, guys? It's good to see you guys. Let me pop on over here. Move this over this monitor. All right, let's see what we got for comments. Very cool. Oh, look at you guys. 100 trades. Everyone to win. Yeah, look at you. Mr. Bruto, what's up, boy? Awesome. Will Heat. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Cool, cool, cool. Very awesome. So this trade's winning. We don't want it to win. We want it to go against us. So we're going to take a short here. Hold on a minute. So we're going to go put in another one. All right. I'm going to open a short. Boom. Hopefully we'll lose. We're trying to lose one of these. Okay. So I can show you what happens. So when I get into a trade, if I'm losing, and we might not get a good loser. I'm going to close this out and I'll explain. So if I get into a trade, and I always open it at what's called 10x leverage, right? But the problem is I have something called a liquidation, which means that if you've ever traded before, you have a liquidation price, and that liquidation price is a price with which, if it hits, you lose all your money. So in this recent crash that we had, okay, that crypto crash, we had $480 billion in liquidations, meaning $480 billion was lost in the crypto space. And a lot of that is because they don't know how to do money management. They don't have proper money management on their account. And this is what will separate you from being probably a crappy trader to being a really good trader, is what I'm about to show you. So on this particular trade right here, okay, this is a sand trade. It's a currency pair. I don't recommend trading on it because it's insanely volatile. But if this goes, when I got into this, I got in when the price was at $5.40. The liquidation price on this is $4.97, meaning that if this trade goes to $4.97, I lose money. I lose this $5.44. Okay. If that happens in a crash, that can happen in the blink of an eye. Okay. That can happen in a blink of an eye. And boom, you just lost whatever money you had in that trade. So what we do is we employ our steps. Okay. And step one is we reduce our leverage to 5x. Step two is we buy in a new position. Step three is we reduce leverage again. So in step one, when I reduce this leverage while I'm in this trade, what you're going to see is my liquidation price, the price with which I would lose money, gets cut down. It goes lower because if this price goes to $4.97, I lose my money. We don't want to lose our money. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust this, and you're going to watch. I want you to pay close attention. You're going to see this 497 drop, meaning it gives us more wiggle room. So watch this. I'm going to go up here mid-trade. While I'm in the trade, I do this. It's at $4.97. I'm going to drop this down to 5x leverage. Ready? Here we go. You're going to see this price drop. Boom. Or I should say this price. Yeah, there it is right there. So we went from $4.97 to $4.43. So now the price has to go even farther down. But what if it does? We can crash, right? We can crash. So what we do in step two is we repurchase in. We buy another position. We cheat. Because if we repurchase in, what's going to happen is it's actually going to move our entry price down. For those of you who have traded, you know what this means. We're changing our actual entry position. So my next step would be to buy another position. For those of you in the Forex space, you're probably thinking, that's a martingale strategy. You'd be wrong. It's not a martingale strategy. A martingale strategy is open up multiple positions. This is adding to a position and moving the entry price so you get a better position. Okay. So if you're in Forex and you have ever heard of that martingale strategy, that's dangerous to do. Do not do that. You'll probably get wrecked. But in the crypto space, things operate a little bit differently, right? When we add to a position, we're adding to the position and we're moving the entry price down. So I would, if this went against me, like 50%, I would add in more money on this trade, which would lower my entry price. I would cheat. Okay. If it keeps going against me, what I would do is I would drop this leverage down to 2.5x. Watch what happens when I do that. See this liquidation price of $4.43? Let's move it again. I'm going to drop it down to 2.5 and hit confirm. Now look at it. It's at $3.35. So this coin would have to go to $3.35 in order for me to lose. Okay. But what if it goes against me, Kevin? What if it keeps going against me? Okay. Well, what we do is we drop it down to 2.5x leverage. Confirm. Look at this. Now it would have to go to $1.91 in order for me to lose. It would have to fall, if I zoom out on a chart, all the way down here on this chart. And a big crash, probably not going to happen. But if you're thinking, well, it could happen, you'd be sure it could. So what we'll do is we'll lower it even further. I'm going to bring this down to 1x leverage. Now look at the liquidation price, 10 cents, meaning I got into this coin at $5.40. And in order for me to lose on this trade, it would have to go ahead and smash all the way down to 10 cents. Probably not losing. So that's the advanced money management. I'm going to go through another exercise and show you this one more time. We'll close these trades out. We'll take profits on them. We'll secure this money. All right. And then what we'll do, right? We'll get out of these trades right now. We'll do that live. We'll pick up this money, put it in our pocket for another day to trade. And then what I'll do is we'll open up a Bitcoin trade and I'll show you how that works. Okay. But before we do, I want to show you how we automate everything. Okay. So what we do is I opened up this thing called the Academy. Okay. And in the Academy, what I do is I show you guys how to set this stuff up for yourself, right? So how does that work? Well, you go through some getting started training, and you get some bite-sized videos. I show you guys how to get a broker on Bybit. All right, that's the exchange we're using right now. I then go ahead and show you how to get TradingView. You don't have to learn much about TradingView. All you have to do is get it. I'll tell you why in a minute. You want to open up your own TradingView account, okay? And then I teach you how the actual indicator works, kind of like a recap of what we just did, but in more in depth, okay? And that gets you up and running. Now, here's the fun part. Once you have a TradingView account and you've got your broker account set up, what I do, and this is insanely important, what I do is I give you the indicators that I use. I give them to you. So now you have them on a TradingView account. And all you'll do, I give you the indicators, and all you do is you set up alerts for them. Okay. So you go into your TradingView account, and then you come into the back office here. This is crazy, guys. And I have a connecting the bot series in here inside of the Academy. And what you can do is you can go literally, quite literally, go over here. You're clicking a currency pair, and you can import my settings. So you don't have to figure out what settings to do on it. You watch a 2-minute video, you import my settings. I give you PDF instructions as well. You import it into your Bybit account. So it's in your Bybit account. And then you click a button to make an alert. Okay. So let me know if that makes sense. Let me know in the chat if that makes sense. All you're doing is you go, oh, I watched a video, I get a TradingView account. I give you the indicators. Now they're on your TradingView account. These are your indicators now. You own them. And then what you do is you click a button to make an alert. So when the indicator like this right here, okay, let's go in here. When the indicator says, hey, you might want to get into a trade, we go here. So when the indicator says, hey, look, there's a trade, it opened up on your indicators, and you can play around with them. You can adjust them if you want to. If you're new, you probably don't want to, but it's your indicator on your TradingView account that is issuing a signal that says, get into this trade. Okay. And when it does, what happens in Karbon is it's just ridiculous. Even saying this out loud is just nutty that we built this out. What it does is it gets into an account that looks like this. This is one of my test accounts, right? Real money, but I always run. I have like 10 of them. Obviously, we made the software. So what ends up happening is it'll come on over here, and you get to configure, you get to decide what trade size you want to get into, how much leverage you want to use, how many trades you want to have open at a given time, right? You get to decide all of this. How many total trades you'll be in, what currency pairs you're going to trade on, the minimum profit percentage, and you're sending on over from your TradingView account into this system. When you do, it will open up that trade, apply the money management for you, and then gets into advanced money management, where it will go ahead and start doing all of the steps that we just did. This is how Karbon works. We give you the indicators. You have them there on your TradingView. You can adjust them, play with them, do whatever you want. Leave them at defaults, whatever you want to do. Bite-sized tutorial showing you how to do it. When your indicator on your TradingView account says take a trade, we are simply a money management software that helps you get into that trade and manage that trade. Okay, that's what we do. You get into a trade. When it's time to reduce the leverage, we reduce the leverage. All the stuff you just saw me do on that account. We reduce the leverage so we don't liquidate out. We repurchase in so we lower the entry price. We reduce the leverage, all that stuff. And you can set this to do all kinds of stuff in here. The default settings are probably going to work the best for you, but you can play around with it and make changes to it. It's up to you. It's your system, 100% in your control. So that's what Karbon, that's what we've built. So let's take a look at that money management again. But first off, let's take these profits off the table, okay? I've been sitting here not taking it. Should have already closed them out. I'm losing money. Just showing you guys this. All right. So I'm going to close out this sushi trade. I'm going to go click here and we're going to pick up $1,000 on it. Confirm. Boom. Just picked up $1,000. Let's go pick up another $1,000. We're just harvesting cash at this point. Let's close that out. And I'm going to close that out. So now I don't like showing balances, but that went up. You know, we're good. We're making money. Okay. You can see it doing its work. It's closing all these out. Okay. You usually don't have to do that. All right. The system does it for you. The reason why I'm doing this, by the way, manually, is because in the academy, I actually teach you how to do that stuff. I do a beyond the bot training and teach it to you. You guys are going to flip out when you see that. It would take me forever to kind of go through it. But I just want to let you know. So let's go through this money management again, though. Okay. Let's pretend that the system said take a Bitcoin trade, a trade on Bitcoin. So we're on BTC. And let's pretend it said to take a trade going up for $35, a whopping $35. Okay. And we open this up and I click on confirm. Well, if you guys know anything about Bitcoin, you know that like last week, again, you know, we had some mega crashes that happened, right? And if you were in a trade, you probably would have lost all that money unless you know how to money manage like we do, unless you know how to do this stuff. And more importantly, unless it's automated for you, unless you set it up to be automated, you'd probably be in a pickle because you can't click the buttons fast enough to do what I'm going to show you during a crash. Only computers can do that back and forth. So, I mean, it's difficult. You can if you're in one trade. If you're in multiple trades, you're kind of screwed. So here's what happens. We just got into Bitcoin at 50,704. That's the price of Bitcoin right now. The liquidation price, the price with which I will lose my money, is 45,888. Now, using our money management in Karbon, if I go on in here, okay, I go to my configure and I look at my advanced money management, okay, when it gets to -50, it's going to drop my leverage. This is step one. This is stage one. Okay. So if I take this and I drop it to 5x leverage, what you're going to see is this liquidation price go down. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to drop this in real time while the trade is going down to 5x. Boom. I just did it. So now our liquidation price is 40,000. It was 45. Now it's 40. So Bitcoin would have to go to $40,000 for me to lose money. But I'm not happy with that because that might be enough for me to get out of the trade, right? And get my 100% win, right? But it might not, right? So let's go ahead and bring this down to 2.5x leverage. And I confirm. That's the next step in the system. Well, the next step is the rebuy in. We're not going to do that. We'll skip that step and go to 3, which is to reduce the leverage to 2.5x leverage. That's this leverage right here, okay? Brings you from 50K down to 30K. So now my liquidation, Bitcoin would have to go to $30,000 in order for me to liquidate out, all right? If you guys hear jets in the background, that's because I live next to an Air Force base. That's the sound of freedom. Don't worry about it. So this would have to fall all the way down to 30K. And if it did, I would liquidate out. But could that happen? Yeah, it can happen, right? So in our money management, we will then drop it down to 1.5x leverage, okay? And if I do that, 1.5x, watch what happens to this liquidation price now. Boom. Now for me to lose money, Bitcoin has to go to 17K. Now we're talking. That's a hard one to hit. That's a hard one for Bitcoin to hit, right? Chances of it going to 17K are pretty slim. Can it happen? Sure, why not, right? So the next step in the system is to drop it down to 1x leverage. We're basically de-risking as we go. And this happens autopilot. Now we just de-risked again. Bitcoin price would have to drop in order for me to lose this trade and lose my money to $254. So Bitcoin would have to go, let me say this one more time. Bitcoin would have to go from $50,000, where it is right now, to $254 for me to lose my money on this trade. This is the difference between being a meh trader and being able to use money management to de-risk out of a risky situation. You start out with 10x leverage. It's kind of risky, right? But if it gets risky, you just deleverage. You repurchase in, you deleverage, you go through these steps. And that's what we built in order to go through those steps on your account. Again, the signals come from your TradingView account when we give you access to the indicators. So they're your TradingView account issued on, your signals now coming from your TradingView account that are taking trades on your exchange, not we hold your money like some Ponzi scheme, on your exchange where you have full control of your funds. And then from there, it has the money management to help you manage these trades. Okay. Nutty. That's what we built. So we end up being a middleman. We give you indicators. If you have other indicators that you want to use, you can toss them in, you can use them in the system. It's just it's a money management tool, right? But it opens those trades, gets you in and gets you out. That's why we see results like this. And that's why if I'm on Facebook right now, obviously you're watching me on Facebook. But if I go and I look at the chat we got going on, what is up, guys? What's up, Malcolm? Good to see you. John Amon, what is going on? I can see if I scroll through these chats, and so now I'm just sharing it so you guys can see the comments if you're watching this later, what people are doing. 62 trades, 100% win rate, right? Average returns, 10%, like nutty guys. 103 trades, no losses, right? Hard to believe, but true. Again, it's a money management system. It goes in, opens up the trades that your TradingView found, you create your own TradingView account, right? It finds these trades. This is one currency pair on one time frame, by the way. We operate on a lot of currency pairs on a lot of time frames, right? Not all of them, because that's just silly, because some of them are too volatile. So let's not get silly. But we operate, if I go in here, we have the capabilities to operate on all of these currency pairs. And the ones that we configure in the system that we're actually trading on are sitting right here in the Academy. You can see how we execute them, why we execute them. You can configure those same things on your TradingView account, AVAX, Tron, DOT, Algo, XLM, XTZ, right? I throw in some words of caution, all this stuff. So you guys can use the system to manage. It's a money management system. Get you into trades, get you out of the trades, record what's happening on your accounts. During the crash, we had to money manage a lot of things. It's nuts. And we were able to make it out. We did have some punches in the face because we had, it's the first big crash we've been through as a software, as a system. And we got to make some changes and get even better, which is insane. But we've had members in here that would have just flat out liquidated how they've been doing this stuff manually. And here they are using an advanced money management system. That's what we do, guys. And that's how we roll. So if this sounds cool to you, then, PM whoever invited you to this, or who not invited you, because I'm just doing it live, but PM whoever you see on this, if you see this on someone's wall, let them know, like, hey, I'm interested in this thing. I want more info about it. They'll be able to help you out. And in fact, I'll show you. I just noticed I didn't have my screen share on when I was sharing that. So they'll be able to show you this. And we do have a partner program. It has an affiliate program. So it's not an MLM. I don't do those anymore. Those are insanely frustrating. They can be good. Nothing against them, but just not my cup of tea anymore. But we do have an affiliate program. So if you got a partner program, so if you guys want to promote it, you can. So get back with whoever, if they share this on their wall, talk to them, get with them, because they'll be able to help you out, get you up and running, get you moving. And yeah, nutty platform, guys. This is what I've been doing. So a lot of people have been messaging me over the last like 8-9 months, and I've just been kind of MIA. Maybe I haven't responded to you. It's because I've had my head down. I've been in the lab. I've been building things. I shut down everything that I do when it comes to businesses. And hold on, there we go. I shut down pretty much everything that I had to do with business that I do to focus on this, because I knew Once I crack this, it's off to the races, right? And you guys just saw at the beginning of this, me closing out like $2,800 in trades. I just go in there and cherry pick them and close them. So this is where we are. This is what we got. It's nuts. There's nothing like this out there, right? There is no platform where it's 100% legit. The trades are issuing from your TradingView account, being taken on your Bybit account, right? Your TradingView account, your Bybit account, and you're able to use the system and use the software and use the platform to get you into those. When your TradingView fires off a signal, get you out of them via money management, advanced money management. Even in these crazy crashes, we're able to money manage and take profits. Nuts, guys, nutty. So if whoever shared this, go ahead and get back with them. All right, wherever you're seeing it, message that person and go from there. Let me see if you got any questions here. I know where it's like a 15-second delay, so I'm going to see if we got any questions on this stuff. But all I see is, what's up, Sergeant Evans? It's good to see you, man. I'm a happy camper, 57-0. Yeah, Gregory, appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you. This is the best system I've ever done. Oh, love you, man. You're awesome. Let me go. Let's go. I'm going to try to find these comments a little quicker. What's up, Tommy Rowe? What's up? Good to see you, man. Yeah, you don't have, John says, sorry, I just found this. Can you set it up so it automatically hits all 3 stages? Or do you have to sit and watch? You don't have to sit and watch anything. In fact, if you sit and watch trading, when you're trading, if you sit and watch it, it's just going to be like nerve-wracking, right? You're just watching it for no apparent reason. I would not recommend doing that. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing that. Just let the system do its thing. Pay attention for sure. Okay. But yeah, pay attention, but don't stare at it, because you'll see trades go negative and come up and go positive and all that stuff. You don't want to be, you don't want to be like, you'll get stressed out about it, right? So just let it do its thing. And then there's a lot of training back there to kind of how to do all this stuff. I'm giving you guys like a 10,000 foot view, but like, it's nuts, guys. This is what I've been doing for the last couple of months. I came across a strategy I liked. I started going in and building out different strategies for trading. And once I build out those strategies, I started building indicators and softwares and systems to allow it to actually trade on those accounts and do it for me without my intervention, because I didn't want to have to sit in front of a computer. That's what it's all about, right? So I've got this thing up and running. It's just taking trades for me. Sometimes the only time I intervene is when when one goes negative and I take a trade in the other direction to pick up even more money. So you guys will see all about that inside the platform. Message whoever showed you this or shared this on their wall. What's up, Jeff White? 100% win so far. Love it, my dude. And get back with them. Get back with them. Let them know. Batting 1,000. It's funny. Tommy said batting 1,000 because he's a professional baseball player. Batting 1,000, 97 from 97. Yeah. I had no idea deleveraging was possible. This is nutty. Message. Get in here, Mark. This is yeah, it's nuts. While you're in mid trade, it gets even better. Actually, let me show you guys something. This gets even better. Okay. I'm gonna do something that's I mean, how can you get much more better than this? But what we do is we brought this from a liquidation price of like 47 to $2.54, so we don't lose. We even do stuff like this where in the trade we can go ahead and send it cross if it applies, if it's needed. And watch this liquidation price. It went down to 50 cents. So in order for me to lose this trade, the trade has to go to 50 cents. The Bitcoin would have to go to 50 cents for me to lose this trade. 50 cents, it'd have to go to 50 cents. Like, come on. So that's what we do. That's what we do. It's nuts, guys. Let me, and again, this is what it's doing. It's going on all these different currency pairs and finding different, going across multiple currency pairs. Like you would never be able to do these yourself, right? You can't monitor that many currency pairs. You can monitor 2 or 3. That's why you have people that are like, man, I'm really, I'm into trading. I do trading. And I'm like, okay, what currency pairs do you trade on? And they always have like a couple of them that they trade on, because you can't keep an eye on all of it, but software can, right? Software can keep an eye on every single trade, every single currency pair, every single condition, while you're sleeping. So, trades open up, trades close, sometimes you'll see it happen. Sometimes you'll just see your balance go up. Like that's been the experience for a lot of our members, right? They miss them. Inside of our chats, there are actually, let me show you guys something. I'll show you guys something cool. So check this out. Let me share my screen again. So a lot of times people just wake up and they're like, oh, I missed that trade. I didn't even see it. Their balance just went up. They heard a ding on their phone, that kind of stuff. So this is connecting the bot section, right? We have the academy. And what we do in the academy is we go through a getting started training. And I keep these short, even though I talk too much, right? So I just saw Sergeant Evans on here, one of my military mentors back in the day. Love that man. He knows this. He probably knows I talk too much, even from back in the day, right? So I do. I apologize. But I keep these bite size, okay? And what we do is we go to the academy and you have a getting started section. I teach you what Bybit's all about, right? How to go ahead and use it. If you're in the United States, you'll need a VPN for that. Trading view strategies, how to, or trading view. I show you how to go get trading view, and then you give us a support ticket, and then we give you the charts, right? So you don't have to do it, you just get the charts. Then you can play with them for there, and I show you what to do. And then I show you how the indicator works. And then I get into setting up the bot right here. Okay. And in setting the bot, we show you how to connect it to the KaaT, to the Carbon Assisted Auto Trader. Okay. That's this guy right here. So we walk you through how to go ahead and connect it, right? How to connect this. And you're putting in your API keys and you're doing your settings. There's a video over here you can watch that shows you how to do it. Okay. And then you connect it, and then you apply your advanced money management. So it's connecting to your system, your software, your trading view. Okay. Simple, easy peasy, chicken greasy. The next thing that we do though is connecting the bot, because once you have your trading view account and you have your indicators that you just got from us, now I pre-configure them. You can change them if you want to, but I pre-configure them. And this is how easy it is to go ahead and add them to your system. You literally just go to you go one by one through these videos. Every one is a different currency pair. And what you'll do is you'll click this button right here where it says trading view, and it will clone. When you open that up, it will bring you over to this page, and you can clone in the indicator into your trading view account. So I've already configured these and spent the time doing it, fiddling around with the algorithm for hours on end. This particular setting is only good on this particular time frame for this particular pair. When you click on this button, it opens in your trading view account, and you click this button up here that says copy. So if I click on this and I name this, right, easy 1, 2, 3, and I hit save, boom. Now it's loaded in my trading view. I have this forever, and I can see when it would have opened up and executed a trade. And if I scroll in on this, I can see that during the crash, when it was recovering, we got into a trade here and it won there. I can see a trade on the 6th of December. So yesterday, about the 5th for you guys, 6th for me, right? Yesterday, there was a trade that opened up and closed. And this green area is my profit area. I take profit once this opens here and goes past the screen. It's kind of hard to see. If it goes down here, I count that as a loss, even though the system would have had a win on it. So this is 46 trades at 100% win rate for this Tron configuration. Look at that. And you can see the trades execute. They're not every day on one currency pair. You might go days without having one. But look at this. Then you have somewhere it's like bam, bam, bam. Look at this. This would have blown your mind. You would have been like going crazy, because it would have been like trade in, win, win. And you would have been like jumping up and down the group going like, I just had 2 trades back to back, that won. So they get in, they get out, and that's that. But this is one currency pair in one time frame. All you do is you do what I just did just now for this coin, then this coin, then that coin, then this coin, and so on and so forth. You just go to the thing, watch the 1 minute and 43 second video, even though I tend to talk too much. Like everyone who knows me knows this. And you click the damn button. You click the thing, you click the link and add it, because I've already spent the dozens of hours required to configure it for you. You add it to your charts. Now it's your indicator. You can change them. You can do whatever you want with them, but they're your charts on your system. And then what you'll do is you'll say, hey, let me go ahead and tell Karbon to take that trade. And you'll come up here and you'll open this up and you'll click add an alert. And then you'll go ahead and you'll put in a specific URL that's for you, right? And then you'll put in an alert name, and then you'll put in the message that I tell you to put, and then it's just copy, paste, and there you go. So that's the system, guys. That's Karbon, right? That's how we do. That is how we roll with the Karbon system. But then, you know, for those of you who want to like go beyond that, inside of the Academy, we have a Beyond the Bots section. Okay, let me show you this one more time. Let me show you the Beyond the Bots section. Okay, let me go back into Karbon. I know I keep jumping around. My apologies. We have a Beyond the Bot section. Boom, I go pop in here, and you've got some more videos that walk you through how to create sub accounts. And you know, if you're losing on Bybit, right? If you're losing on Bybit, then you can go, oh, cool, this is awesome. I'm losing on Bybit. Let me go take another trade in the opposite direction on the same direction on a different account. And that's what people are picking up like crazy money, right? And again, all of this is in your control. It's your trading view account. It's your indicator that's issuing your signals. All we're doing is money managing it and making everything super, super damn easy for you, right? So that anyone can come in here and do this. And if you're like, oh no, I get stuck on something, message support. That's why we have a support, right? Or get on the webinars that we do. We just had a webinar earlier today where we went through this stuff and went through a lot of the updates that we made because of this crash. We had a lot of lessons learned, and we were up for literally like 2 days, like monkeys, running around, doing some cool stuff in the system to make sure when the next crash happens, we are even better prepared for it. So that's where we are, peeps. That's Karbon, you know? We have a pretty amazing community, some really awesome people in here. I mean, you can see them when you go to, let me stop sharing here. When you go over and just look at the chat, some of the folks are in here. Some pretty good folks that we have on this platform. We have a pretty good family that we've been growing here. So yeah, what's up, Malcolm Wallace? Good to see you. So that's where we are, guys. So get back with whoever shared this. If they shared on their wall, get back with them, check it out. I don't know how many more people we're going to take into this. I know I have a number in my head, but I think that that'll fill up probably by 2022. And then there'll be a totally different conversation. So that's where we are. Let me actually go through this one more time. Share this. All right. So if you go, let me actually pause this. I'll show you what the sign up page looks like for those of you who end up getting started. So if you've been looking for me, by the way, I'm just getting something. I got my screen paused. If you've been looking for me, it's because I've been a busy bee. If you've been like, oh, Kevin, I've been trying to message you and you haven't been ignoring me. It's not because I've been wanting to ignore you. I've just been so busy with what we're doing with Karbon. It is nuts. You can imagine the amount of time, effort, and energy it takes to build something like this. First off, come up with it, and then start developing and designing it. We've been working on this for 8 months straight. I like pretty much sacrificed 8 months of my life to build this thing out. Is what I've been doing and where I've been. And we have some members who are in here that help us every step of the way, our founding members. And it's just been nutty, guys. It's been nutty. But this is the future. This kind of platforms, these kind of automations, if you're not doing it, then you're probably going to get crushed. It's a matter of time before you get crushed in trading. So if you get back with whoever invited you to this, they can send you a link to get started. Okay, and join if you want to. And it shows you, there's a video right on the sign up page of me showing you how to get started. Like I said, I talk too much. So there's actually a video sitting right here that I did that walks you through exactly how to get up and running. I show you how to create your account, what's going on in the system. I give you a recap, and you can go ahead and create your account, and then you can go ahead and get started with Bitcoin. Okay. I walk you through everything on here. So just go check it out. I'm not going to tell you the pricing of it. Actually, I will. But the problem is if I tell you how much this thing costs, there's a huge problem with that. And that problem is that the price is going to be going up. I'm looking at raising it here pretty soon. So to get started, if you guys want to get started and get going and get lifetime access to the system, it is $1,000 one time and then $50 a month to the academy level. That's the only level that's open right now. And then we're going to be raising that price up, probably doubling it here pretty soon because, I mean, the results speak for themselves, you know? So check it out if you guys are interested. And yeah, have an awesome day. Look, whoever shared this on their wall, go ahead and get back with them. Be like, hey, this is cool. I saw Kevin's webinar replay. Ask him, let him like check with them and see if it's still open, if it's still available. And if we're still accepting folks. And then yeah, hopefully don't miss out. And let's rock out 2022, guys. All right. Today is the 7th December where I am, 6 in the States. Anyone interested in this, you need to get on ASAP. We got a lot of things that we're doing in the system between now and then, and you want to set yourself up for the best year ever coming into 2022 and just make stupid money if that's what you want to do. Again, real quick, earning disclaimer. There's no guarantees. Trading is risky. No matter what the money management is, no matter what system you use, right? No matter how you decide to enter trades, it is risky stuff, right? You can lose some or all of your money, right? Hopefully you're an adult and you understand that. Yeah, just understand it's trading. There's risk. Cryptocurrencies can go nuts. Platforms cannot execute things. It happens, right? So, you know, I think you get it. All right. We are not liable for any losses incurred. Just want to let you know. Okay. Well, this is what we got going on. All right, guys. Love you guys. Appreciate you. If you got any questions, whoever shared this, let them know. All right. And yeah, these underneath this post, I'm seeing what you guys are posting. Pretty cool. I appreciate you guys. If you guys got results with the platform, post them in here so people can see them, right? So people can see them. But if somebody shared this on their wall, get back with them. Get back with them ASAP. So we can make sure you can get up and running before we start raising prices and closing stuff and all that jazz. We actually had people think I won't close it. It's funny. We have another section in here that we opened up, and you can't get in it. It's closed 100%. Like it's not open. So we do that. We close it down. We get to a certain point. We close it down. We open it back up. So if that happens, I'm sorry, but you know, when you see something that you want to be involved in, you got to get involved, right? If you don't take the sacrifice in order to get started with something, right, that you know can help you or you think can help you reach your goals, if you don't sacrifice for it, then it's your goals that you're actually sacrificing, right? So take action, get started. If you want to get started, get back with whoever shared this, you know, and don't sacrifice your dreams, guys. So anyway, peace out. Love you guys. See you around the internet.